Hey girls, it is K Nicole and I am back with another video. As you guys can see by the title, I am doing a sit down chit chat, get ready with me. I think the last time I sat down and did a get ready with me and fully talked to y'all about my life, updates, answer questions, did any of that, I would say a year, going on possibly 2 years. So it's been a long time coming for this type of video. Your girl has it all going. I got the wine. I did make me some pizza just because I feel like I need some food. I don't know if I'm really gonna eat it, but I did make it, and I got my cute little wine glass. I'm about to pour me some wine right now, and we're gonna get into some tea. We're gonna get into my life. We're gonna answer some questions, and we're gonna relax, unwind, and just talk. Before I get into this video, let me pour my wine. I don't pour that much. I've never done my wine and made a YouTube video in the same setting. Before I get all the way into the video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you turn on your bell notifications to be notified when I post a video. We dropping Sundays. Y'all see your girl been dropping on Sundays. Cheers to that. One thing in 2025 that I'm doing is getting back to myself and staying consistent with my content. In this video, I am going to be talking about postpartum, mom life, a life update in a sense, and what all I've been doing and what I've been into for the past few months, the past year, and how I've been navigating through my feelings, through postpartum, during having a baby, being a mom, being a wife. Like, I've leveled up so much within this past year, and I've been more closed-shelled. I haven't really been talking about things or just doing a lot of stuff, you know, on my YouTube. So just getting into all of that good stuff. And we're gonna be doing my makeup during this video, so I need to go ahead and put my hair back. I'm gonna have to like, ooh, pull that back, pull that back, pull that back, and then I'll probably just clip this until I'm done. Cause yeah, I've wrote down a couple of questions that I've been asked. And so I just wrote down these questions so that we can get down and talk about all of that. So we're gonna talk and get into this thing. I don't think I have an updated makeup look routine. So if y'all just wanna see what I do, just watch. I haven't really updated my makeup because I honestly haven't been wearing any makeup. I've been literally natural. I've been trying to get my skin back together, and it's slowly but surely back where it was. I had bad pregnancy acne. It was good in the beginning. I was glowing in the beginning, but the more that I got along in my pregnancy, my skin started acting up. Like, y'all, I had bumps like all on my neck, like my chest. It was bad. I just went in with my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, and I just went ahead and gripped my face. I'm honestly about to start on my eyebrows while I answer some questions. So the first question that I have is an update on postpartum. How are you liking your new body? Y'all, that's honestly a good question. I would say with postpartum, I'm a year into having a baby. My son is now 1 year old, and so I'm gonna be honest, postpartum is gonna be here for a minute. It doesn't matter if you have a 3-year-old, it doesn't matter if you have a 1-month-old, you're still going through postpartum, and that's something that I'm having to learn, that I'm not just okay, well, he's a year, so who I finally can get back to myself. No, I'm having to relearn myself all over again, find the new me, and try to do the things that I love or that I used to like to get me back to me. But in the same time, learning to give myself grace and also exploring more things. Because in reality and honestly, after having a baby, your life never goes back to how it was. Let's just be honest. That's one thing I had to learn throughout this whole entire time. Like, no, you can go search for this life that you had prior to having your child, and you're gonna end up stressing yourself out because you're not gonna get that life back. And it's different for every person, but you do elevate in life. You do go up in life, and some changes that happen are for the better. You know, some women go through postpartum really, really hard, and some women they grow and they capitalize off of postpartum, that phase. And I feel like I've been in between. I've been trying to find my purpose as me as a person without my son anymore and without all the titles, because it's a lot when you have new titles on you. Like, y'all, I literally became a mom in May, and then I became a wife in July. So I've been using 2 titles and, you know, just doing stuff as mom and as Carrington a wife, and not Carrington just herself. And I'm slowly learning that you have to get back to yourself in order to, you know, be mentally and emotionally happy. And you cannot do that when you don't pour into yourself. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that I'm affected by the depression in postpartum. But I will say that I have had a few here and there kinks. Like, yeah, like, okay, is this a feeling of postpartum? Is this how it feels to be depressed in postpartum? I have had those mindsets, but honestly, I'm so in tune with my son, and we're so literally stuck together like glue that I feel like I don't really have enough time to be in my thoughts like I would. Like, I haven't had enough time to sit and really drown myself into my thoughts and try to figure out, okay, are you feeling sad because of this? Are you feeling sad because of this? Like, I haven't really had that time. I've been hands-on and focused on him, and I have a mama's voice, so I literally be just focused on him. So that's that on postpartum. I feel like it's definitely one of those things that you can't really get rid of, and it's around for a little bit, but all you can do is just try your hardest to come on top of it and use it as a learning guide, a learning tool, and do what you need to do to make yourself happy. And that's all really I've been doing when it comes to being postpartum. I've been in a lot of stuff as well. Like, life has been busy. Moving forward, I'm trying to get into things that I used to kind of love to do. That would be like a stress relief, like my YouTube, my hobbies as far as like DIYing something, like just getting into those mindsets and getting into those things so that I can just focus on happiness and things that I like to do. So that's what I've really been doing. When it comes to my postpartum body, I feel like I struggle with my body when it comes to being postpartum. I used to always look back at my pictures before having a baby. I used to always look back at my pictures, and I used to always wonder, dang, like, you need to lose weight here, you need to lose weight here, you need to lose weight here. But now when I go back to my pictures after having a baby and after having a mom bod, like, when I go back to those pictures, I'm like, girl, you are hard on yourself for no reason. Like, you are not as nearly as big as you thought you were. Like, I really honestly had a good shape. And I'm not saying that I don't have a good shape now. I think just I'm noticing some stuff about my body that I don't really like. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I am not going under a knife. Okay, one thing I'm very, very big on is not doing something to, how can I say it? Like, when it comes to mommy makeovers, I am not saying that I'm not open to a mommy makeover in the near future, but right now, like, my goal is to birth these kids with this mom body. I want to and I hate to say it to some of the girlies, but I don't want to get my body done just to turn around and have another kid. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And I know that I want more kids in the future. So honestly, my goal and my plan and what I'm doing right now is just getting my body to where I'm comfortable in living in my skin and I'm happy with how I look until I'm done with my kids. But I have been kind of thinking more about lipo maybe, or I think it's lipo, like just sucking my fat out, like just my extra fat. But I don't want to add anything to my body. I don't do nothing. I have been on a journey as far as calorie diet. I've been intaking a certain amount of calories. I've been eating really well. And I also have like a walking pad in my house. So I'm trying to do stuff to get my body to where I will want my body, but I ain't going under no knife. So I feel like I'm just going with the flow. I do have my moments where I definitely am a little more insecure about my body after having a kid, but at the end of the day, I got this from my mom for sure. She's always the one who instills positivity in me, and my mom has had 6 kids, so she lets me know like it's temporary. It's not something that's gonna always, your body is not gonna always be like this. Love on your body, give yourself grace, understand that you just birthed a baby out of your body and that it's gonna take time for your body to get where you want it. You don't have to rush it. You don't have to feel like you have to have this nice body right after. Everybody's body type and experience is different, and she's always instilling that in me and letting me know, like, if I do get down, she's always letting me know, like, give yourself grace. You just had a baby. And that's something I've been just honestly trying to understand and cope with. Like, I don't bounce back like everybody else, and I have to work a little harder to achieve what I want, and I'm gonna do it, because at the end of the day, like my mom said, you have to give yourself grace. I can say though, y'all, since I've started doing my calorie diet, I've lost about 30 pounds, and I've been doing that for maybe 3-4 weeks. Like, it happens fast when you definitely switch over, and that's one thing I'm learning too. Like, I used to eat mad crazy, and I'm learning, like, calm down on how you eat. And that's been helping me out with losing weight and staying in a certain weight range. So I just stay focused, and I know my end goal. Yeah. Okay, so the next question is, can you tell us about your breastfeeding experience? I don't breastfeed anymore, y'all. My son is 1. I did stop breastfeeding at 6 months though, maybe 6-7 months, and I had a stash up until he was 8 months. But I had to stop, y'all, and I was kind of sad I had to stop, but I had to stop because I literally was having a whole reaction to, like, a reaction on my areola. Like, every time I pumped, it would hurt so freaking bad, like so bad. And I was a pumping mom. I didn't have my son latch on. He honestly didn't really latch on at all. Like, he latched in the hospital, and then after that he never really latched again. I used to have to use the like clear silicone latch thing. I used to have to attach that to my breast to make him latch. And so honestly, I knew I wanted to breastfeed. I didn't want to do formula feeding as much. I definitely did switch over to formula feeding though, but I didn't want to rely on it as much because I knew that my body made milk. My body made what he needed. So I wanted to give that a try. And so, like, right when we got back from the hospital and I realized, like, okay, this isn't working, I let that go. I let him latch and go, and I started pumping around the clock. Literally, I would pump every 2 to 3 hours. And at the beginning, I didn't get that much milk, but as time went on, I used to get so much milk. I would say I made like roughly like 70 to 80 ounces a day. It went well for me. I ended up doing like a pitcher method, and that's what helped me get as much milk as I can a day. Very on, my baby would take 6-ounce bottles. So he was a very quick eater, and so I would have to pump around the clock. So I ended up going with this pitcher method, and it helped me out so much, y'all. And with the pitcher method, you basically pump the morning, say you pump at 8 o'clock, you'll dump it into the pitcher, and then you'll pump again, and then you'll put that into like 2 little bottles, however much you pump. I would normally get around like 6 ounces from my right boob, 4 from my left, so about 10 ounces every time I pump. And so I will put that into a bottle, let it get cold, put it in the refrigerator, and then when it's time for me to pump again, around maybe 10, whatever the case may be, I would then put the pump milk that I just pumped 2 hours ago. I will put the milk that I had just put in the bottle to get a little cool. I would put that into the pitcher, and then I would just continue the process over and over and over. And overnight, I would realize like I got up to like 70 to 80 ounces. And it went really well to the point where I was able to start a freezer stash. Like, I used to be so hell-bent on don't feed the freezer. The freezer is not what you need to feed. You need to feed your son, da, 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 da. But he was well fed, and I had a lot of milk to where I could focus on a freezer stash. And that got me through. Even when we had to relocate and go live in Seattle for a couple of months, I would keep a stash in Dallas in case we came home and visit, and I would have my stash out in Seattle. And I loved it. It made it easy to travel with breast milk. It made it easy to literally do anything. So my breastfeeding journey went good. I just had to stop early because I was having problems, and I was having a breakout and a reaction on my areola, like on the nipple, and it was my right one which produced most of the milk. So it kind of made it hard for me to keep pumping and all that good stuff. So I did end up switching him over to formula, and he kind of took to it easy because I had transitioned him into nighttime with just having formula bottles so I can get him used to it. And hey, it worked out. Even when I was waiting on my milk to come in, he was on, I had to give him formula while I was waiting on my milk to come in. So that's all that really matters, is your kid being well fed. So Mommy did her thing. So it was good though. I use a lot of breast pumps from Mom Cozy. I love their brand. Their brand was really good when it was time for me to start pumping and getting him the milk. Next question, have you experienced mom guilt? If so, can you go into detail about that? Honestly, I think I had mom guilt one time, and that was when I decided to go to Seattle and go watch my husband play in his football game. I just felt so bad leaving him. Like, that was around August, so roughly he was around 3 months. That was probably the only time I really felt mom guilt in a way. I felt it multiple times, like, as he grew up, but that was the one time where I really felt mom guilt, because I was like, okay, he's so little. I'm trying to do something for myself. Should I do this? I have to try to navigate how to support both of the boys in my life. Like, how's it gonna work? He's so used to me. He's not used to nobody else. How's this gonna go? And it honestly went good though. Since day one, back to what I was saying. Since day one, my mom stayed with me at home during the whole process. So I knew I was good with leaving him with my mom. It was just like, whoa, I'm really leaving him. What if he wakes up and cries for me? What if he wants me? It got to the point, y'all, where the night before I wore a t-shirt, and like I wore it all night to sleep in, and then that morning I gave it to my mom, and I'm like, wear this, like it has my scent on it, it should be fresh. Like, that was probably the first time, because I was like, dang, I'm really leaving him, and he could need me, and I'm literally a 4-hour flight away. Like, I'm not instantly close. The drive is a day. Like, that was probably the only time where I felt real mom guilt. But my mom was very understanding, and she gave me advice, because at the end of the day, like, you have to, even though you have a kid, you have to do stuff for yourself, and you can't just let yourself drown in your kid's life. And if you do, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to have a life. You're not going to be able to do nothing for yourself. You're literally just going to be a mom. And as young as I am, I shouldn't just be, I should be Carrington. I should live my life a little bit. Other than that, probably like when I'm him to go to sleep, it's a busy day. That probably be the only time that I feel like I'll have real mom guilt, only because, like, you know, you're frustrated within those moments. You don't want to be mean, like, dang, I was mean to my baby and he was just sleepy or he was just hungry. That's probably the only times, but I give myself grace because at the end of the day, I'm being the best I can. I'm hands-on. I'm right there when he needs me, but I don't know every cue, and I'm learning it as I go to give myself grace because he's growing. So I don't know every cue. You won't know really what until your kid talks. I don't know every cue. So that was probably the most where I feel like I experienced mom guilt, just not really knowing what he needs, and I'm getting frustrated because I've had a long day and I've been overwhelmed and da. But hey, it all works out, and yeah. What is your support system like? Y'all, I'm gonna tell you hands down, my support system, they come through. D2 has 2 loving godmoms. He has a dad. He has mom. He has grandparents. He has uncles and aunties. We have a support system. You know, some days I do get overwhelmed because I feel like I'm doing it majority by myself, but that's just me not wanting to call on help. And I'm realizing now that he's growing up and he's so active, like, it's okay to call on help. If I need somebody to watch him so I can get some content done and stop putting my content on hold, I'm calling somebody. If I need to go get my nails done or do something for myself, I'm calling somebody. Like, I really lean on my support group, but I have a good support system. I feel like, though I feel like postpartum will make you feel like you're lonely and you don't have nobody, I just try to remember, like, okay, I do have some people do come through. Some people really are there, and I just have to make sure I use that support system anytime I feel overwhelmed. Overall, they're coming through. Like, right now he's with my mom, so I can record content. Next question is, what is it like being a boy mom? This is probably my favorite question because I would have never guessed that I would be a boy mom. As girly as I am, I would have never guessed that I would be a boy mom. But it's crazy because I would have never guessed it because of, like, my personal life and how I am just Carrington. But also it's like kind of, it was expected, just because, like, I'm hands-on with football. I'm hands-on with sports when it comes to, like, my man supporting. I love those type of things. So I could have saw it a little bit, envisioned a little bit having a little boy to go through those things like that. But the fact that it's actually happening is kind of like, whoa. But overall, y'all, I feel like literally he's my twin. Like, imagine getting me ready and getting a girl ready versus, like, getting me ready and getting my son ready. Like, he doesn't need as much. He just needs shoes, shorts, t-shirt, socks, stuff in his hair, some curly moisturizer in his hair, brush it, and we done. With a girl, I would literally have to sit down, do this and do this and do this. So I definitely am grateful that I have a boy, and honestly enjoy being a boy mom. It is so fun. He teaches me something every day. He's so smart. He's so energetic. Overall, I feel like perfect match. The kid I have is top tier perfect. That's really how I can sum up being a boy mom. I honestly love it, and I'm so glad that I have the little boy I have. Y'all see the makeup is coming along. I do a very subtle, natural look. I don't really go too much crazy. The next question, can I see myself being a mom of 2 under 2? No. Double no. I cannot. And I know I have another year before I can say that, but honestly, how do y'all do it? My son takes up my whole entire day. He's so energetic and hands-on. I don't think I would have time to do 2 under 2. I feel like I'm just now getting back to me. Like, it's been a year. I feel like I'm just now being able to get back to me. The things I love, the hobbies that I do, the things that interest me, like being able to do YouTube. Like, I don't know if y'all know, but I was so out of tune with YouTube for a long time. Like, it was one of those things, like, when you have a baby where you just don't like to do this thing anymore, and that was one of my things. So I don't want to say it won't happen in the near future, having more kids, but right now now that I have one, I just want to focus on him, and then I want to focus on his education, his upbringing. That's something that's very important to me. And then right behind that, I want to focus on my family, and then I focus on me. Like, don't want to bring another kid in, because after you do all of that and you focus on other people, you want to just focus on yourself. Maybe in 2 years, maybe when he's 3, because that's another thing too. I don't think people think about that, but I still have to potty train this little boy, and I have no idea how to potty train. Like, that's, motherhood is something you go into knowing. Like, some stuff is like natured, and like, you know, you can do it. It's something that's quick, comes to your mind. And some stuff you have to literally learn. My goal and plan is to have my kids close to age, yes, but maybe by a 3-year age gap, because I want to make sure my first kid is taken care of, nurtured the way he needs to be nurtured, and I can give him time and I can spend time with him. And then while he's furthering his education, if I can focus on that and getting him where I want to get him first, then I can bring another kid into the mix. But so cute, so natural. Yeah, no, I don't do the most. I don't do the most at all. But yeah, that's pretty much all the questions I do have for this video about mom life. Overall, I enjoy mom life a lot. I enjoy being a mom. It's really one of my greatest achievements thus far, in being able to grow and have a hand in my son's life and his future. I'm very, very grateful for this opportunity to be a mom and be able to do the things that I do with my son. But yeah, I just had a couple of questions that I know I wanted to tackle, and I know I needed to sit down and do a get ready with me for y'all, because I haven't done one of these in a long time, and give y'all just a little life update on mommyhood, because I bring y'all into my mommyhood a lot, but I don't really talk about it. I just post videos and you see what you see, but I don't really talk about it and let y'all know how it went, how it's going, and how the year even started off for me being a boy mom and having a kid and being a wife and a mom at the age of 24. Like, it's a lot, but it's not something that I wouldn't want to do. I love it. I love my life. I love how it took a turn for the better. And getting back to myself is honestly my first priority after making sure my son is taken care of. Yeah, just learning as life goes, learning to say I need help, not trying to take everything on by myself. And once I achieve that, I feel like things will just slowly go back into how they were in a way, or just figuring out my new norm. Figuring out my new norm is what I'm basically doing right now. Just figuring out what I like, what I don't like, and all that good stuff. I haven't sat down and did a makeup video with y'all in a long time, but here is the makeup. It's very, very subtle. I didn't want to do too much. I am about to get out and go have some mommy free time, so I didn't want to be too overwhelmed with cakey makeup, but it was something very, very simple. It's kind of my new go-to makeup look. I don't do any foundation anymore. I just stick with a concealer and try to make it as natural as I can. It turned out really, really good. I hope you guys enjoyed the questions that I answered for you guys, and that you got a little more glimpse of my life and how mommyhood is going for me. I did kind of want to do a life update in a sense, but honestly my life is just about being a mom right now and being a wife and trying to get back into my content. I'm not currently teaching at the moment. I know some people were asking me because a lot of y'all follow me on social media, so y'all did kind of see that I went right back into my field, but I'm going to slow it down a little bit. I think my plan I want to do right now is go back to school, get my master's, and just focus on being a mom, and I can go tackle all of that when he goes to school. That's pretty much it. That's what your girl has been doing, and overall it's been working out for me. I hope y'all enjoyed this type of video, and I hope I gained some new mommy friends, because mommy content is something I'm definitely leaning towards, just because it's everyday daily life and it's easier for me to try to make videos in my natural element. And if you guys are moms and you have a channel, let me know down in the comment box below, and I will subscribe to you. I'm putting up most of my makeup now that my makeup is done. Yeah, Overall, life's good, life's great. I am about to dip out on you guys so I can get ready and enjoy my day. Hope you guys did like this video. If you did, comment down in the comment box below and let me know what other type of videos you guys would like. I need to get back into the sit down swing of videos because I can talk to y'all and really like bond with y'all. And I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure your bell notifications are turned on so you're notified when I post a video. We drop on Sunday, guys, so stay tuned every Sunday for a drop at 6:30 on my channel. And toodles.